Sell on Shopify or die. I want to talk about the unhappy and the unlucky. Now, one of my favorite books is The 48 Laws of Power. And I feel like one of the most important laws in the 48 Laws of Power is to avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. Now, this is very important. And Ty Lopez talked about this when he spoke on awareness. Like, if you're not aware of the unhappy and the unlucky, you're going to become it, right? You're going to become the unhappy and the unlucky, because that's just what you're going to be. Because if you don't accept that fact, you're going to become resentful, and with resent, you're gonna get into the scam stigma role. Like, you're gonna become a CoffeeZilla type fan guy, meaning you're gonna just indulge in the fact that, oh, this guy's a scammer, that guy's a scammer, this guy is this guy is that. Because, see, those type of people, the issue I have with those type of guys is that they don't actually give you anything. They're not teaching you anything. What are they? Are they teachers? Are they professionals? Have they helped people? Have they made people any money? Like, so I guess if this guy gives people 1 million views, if he gets 1 million views calling a guy, like, say Billie Jean, right? So if he gets Billie Jean, calls him a scammer, or because he's selling marketing services. Okay, well, if those people are getting what they liked, then how is he a scammer? Like, because you don't understand his business model. That's like somebody coming to me and is like, oh, Pokke Digital, he's a scammer because, I don't know, he's charging $25,000. How does that make me a scammer? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, you're charging people with it. This is like, okay, why don't you talk about the people that they actually help? Like, that's the thing. People highlight negativity to come up because they don't have anything. They don't have any skills. You know, you have to avoid people who talk about people with no skills. Because people who talk about people that don't have any skills, that's what they do. Like, that's the easiest thing to do. It's easy for me to put a thumbnail up about somebody and be like, oh, they did this, they did that, they did that. Okay, yay. But you haven't taught anybody anything. Like, that's what I'm saying. You have to avoid those type of things. When you start getting into business, you have to get away from that stuff. That's unhappy, unlucky. And then also, you have to get away from just things that's going to deteriorate you over time. Like, especially when you're younger. Like, when you're younger, you especially if you come from poverty, right? And you have no skills. But you feel like you have persistence. You feel like you can do things. Then you have to avoid the unhappy and unlucky. That's the first thing you have to do, right? And that's subjective to what you think. Like, unhappy and unlucky to you could be someone who goes out and drinks and parties all day. But then you're going to go to some guy who can make you, $100K a day, and you're going to be like, oh, how do I do that? He going to be like, oh, you just pay me, $25K? And you be like, $25K, man, you're crazy. And it's like, oh, you just spent all of that over the past 5 years on drinks and weed, right? You see, but you missed your opportunity, right? Because that was the unhappy and unlucky who you were with at that time. You see, but you didn't avoid that at that time, so you missed the opportunity. That's the unhappy and unlucky. That's a scenario. Another unhappy and unlucky scenario could just be the people that you're around right now. because you will always be alone in your life. Whether you believe it or not, you're alone in your life. Whether you wanna agree with it or not, you're gonna find out eventually. So you might as well come to that conclusion now. You come to that conclusion that you're alone in your life. So that's just a very important law. I'll speak on the 48 laws of power a lot in the series because it's important. And that's why I really like Ty Lopez a lot, because Ty Lopez really discussed laws a lot. And not a lot of people will just tell you about laws of scenarios and laws of, nature, laws of humans, laws of, the world. Not a lot of people will teach you those type of things. So for people to say that Ty Lopez is a scammer, you haven't really, you don't really know. Like, I don't think you can read. You don't really have the ability to read in between the lines of things. So I would avoid those people. I would avoid people who say, "Oh, it's a scam. This is a scam. He's selling you scam. He's selling you this." Like, just because you don't understand something, or just because you can pick apart and give a bad review on what somebody's selling, that doesn't make it a scam. That just makes it your opinion that it's a bad program. That's just like you saying college is a scam, but is it a scam really? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are all the courses good? Like, does everybody make it through college? Yeah, just because you make it through college, that don't make you successful. That just means you made it through college. See what I'm saying? You can make it through college and $80,000 in debt. Now you got you're working 13 an hour and you got to pay it back. Is that success? Compared to somebody who got rich quick? Because whether you want to believe it or not, get rich quick is actually real. Like, you can get rich quick. You can get rich quick. But like, rich is subjective. Like, if someone makes 75K like a month or 100K a month, do you consider that rich? I consider that pretty good. Especially if you come from nothing. Like, if you come from nothing to 100K a month, like, I consider that like that's decent. Like, that's pretty decent. From zero, I consider that get rich quick. Like, from 0 to 100K a month, I would say that's get rich quick. Then that's doable. There's people who do that in Shopify. There's people who go from 0 to 100K, making 100K a month. It happens all the time. And you can do that. You can do it. I'm a prime example. I was making, when I first started in Shopify, my first Shopify store was a luxury cake stand. Like, I started a cake stand business. Like, this one, like, a lot of the keyword data and stuff, it wasn't as detailed. So I literally put my keyword in my website title. So luxury cake stands was my business. And I didn't know what I was doing, honestly. Like, I didn't know about conversion rates. I didn't know about like AOV. I didn't know about like cost per click. I didn't know about nothing. Like, I didn't know any digital marketing terms. I didn't know anything. I just knew I knew how to make stores and I knew how to code. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything about the business side of things. I just knew keywords. I knew keywording. That's what I knew. I felt like keywording was enough. I didn't really know about SEO. I didn't know about none of that stuff. And that's why I failed. So over time, I got smart. And that's just outside. I'm just going to keep this on topic. So unhappy, unlucky. Unhappy, unlucky is real. Like, You have to look at what people, if you look at the people around you and you look at what they're doing, you'll pretty much see the path that they're going to be on, like over time, just from what they study and how they are. Like, if you look at how somebody is, it could tell you like their capacity of what they can learn, right? You see what I'm saying? You have to judge to an extent. Like you can see like somebody's capacity of what they're gonna learn, and be like, okay, he wouldn't have the ability to do this that I'm trying to do anyway. So why would I even, you know, why would I even associate with him? That's unhappy and unlucky, and not happy and fortunate, right? So that's what I mean by the unhappy and unlucky. Like you have to pay your way to these people. See, that's my thing. If you're around people and you can't get around people that are successful, you're going to have to pay to be around these people. That's why I don't understand people who say Dan Loke and Ty Lopez are scammers and all that. You're literally getting access to millions of dollars of information for absolutely free. You don't even have to pay them. You don't have to pay them. You can learn the information and hire people who have the jobs that they had. Dan Loke was a copywriter. Ty Lopez was a Facebook ads and Google AdWords guy. So you can just hire those type of people, right? And you see, you don't have to pay for these people courses to know what they do or who they are. You see what I'm saying? They're just selling you a package of information. That's all they're doing. But that doesn't make it a scam. A scam is somebody a scammer is someone who gets your money and they don't give you anything. They don't even give you anything. That's a scammer. So now these people who say, oh, these guys are scammers, that's unhappy and unlucky. That's unhappy and unlucky. You have to get away from it. That's unhappy and unlucky. It is, you know. But yeah, that's avoid the unhappy and unlucky.